In this video, we'll have a quick look at the animation features inside of Maya and how you can add motion to a scene. So the basics of animation in most 3D animation programs is a keyframe. Now in Maya, you can set up keyframes on individual objects, on groups of objects, or on object hierarchies. You can also create underlying skeletons, which will cause a model to move and deform in a more organic way. That would be something like creating an underlying skeleton for a character, and then when you move the skeleton, the character model will move along with it. This could also be as simple as adding a couple of joints inside of a tube and making the tube bend. So in Maya, there is an animation workflow. So when you go to the animation setting, you'll get a specialized set of menus that allow you to set up your skeletons, allow you to deform objects, and allow you to set up keyframes, things like that. There's also an animation tab and a deformation tab. Now these two are used pretty often together because they have complementary sets of tools that will allow you to quickly access things for making your objects move in 3D space. Once you've set up keyframes, then there is a lot of in-between work that goes on. Keyframes comes from old traditional animation styles where key moments were set up on an animation, and each of those key moments were drawn by the lead artist, and then the in-between frames that actually made the motion in between those keys, say every second or every 2 seconds, depending on the amount of action in the scene, would be animated by secondary artists. So in the case of animating in Maya, you get to be the lead artist, you get to set up the keys, and then Maya will set the in-between frames in order to make the motion fluid. But then you have control over how those in-between frames are created by editing a graph for the motion. Now you don't have to just keyframe motion, you can keyframe light, textures, you can keyframe all sorts of things. Basically anything you see that has an editable attribute can be keyframed. So you could set a keyframe for scale, rotation, position. You can set a keyframe for light value, for light color, for camera focal length, just about anything. So when you put all those things together, you get a fully animatable scene.